So, with the two main run concepts wanting to work inside, it was natural for the secondary and tertiary elements to this ground game to want to play off of that. So, outside zone reads, off tackles, counters filled out the rest of Ole Miss's most featured run concepts. But here is a nice read of the outside zone read. So, you're taking much flatter paths than you would on inside zones if you're the offensive line. You're definitely more concerned about reaching your adjacent play side defender on your zone path. So, like I mentioned in another video, Ole Miss used a decent amount of jet motion. I think they used the third most jet motion, if I'm not mistaken. About 1 in 6 plays on average used it. So they weren't really keen on any other types of motion types, but they definitely were one of the higher jet motion teams. So this jet motion further pulls out our box defender since it's too high. We already have that type of advantage in terms of having an extra body. So with Kenny Yeboah coming out, we then have another shift outward that only leaves 5 players in the box with our 7 potential ball carriers. Yes, advantage offense. So, again, we're trying to primarily reach our guys, and we're trying to hit right outside our left tackle there. It's going to go be a C-gap type of run, but it's a pretty decent job from UK's play side defensive lineman to stymie us, and we have to look inside. But again, since we have the advantage, as long as we don't completely biff it, we should have a big win here. So you can see the much flatter path. Look, they're taking like a 1.5 yard step behind the line of scrimmage as opposed to doing something a little bit more vertical. Again, all about reaching their man. And to the untrained eye, it looks like it's an inside zone. But again, look at the running back's path. Definitely aiming towards off tackle there. Again, not really concerned about push. We're more concerned about reach. So we kind of have to sell 2 for 1 there. That's okay. We have an advantage still with one guy. So it eventually works out where one of our interior linemen can then climb. And we do get there. And we do get our steal. And we get a nice run alley to attack. So overall, it was just about as successful as the majority of their other looks, about 48.5% success rate. So not too shabby, and a 5.48 yards per attempt. So all in all, kind of an average run concept, but it was definitely a nice complement to their 2 core inside zone runs.